Leave your comments below. Your thoughts about the Chicago Bears and their victory against the Las Vegas Raiders by the score of 25-24. You know, 2-2 going into the bye is a lot better than 1-3. That is for sure. The Chicago Bears did not play very good football, but there were individual stars that stood out to help the Bears win. I'll start with the defense. The defense surrendered 240 yards on the ground against the Raiders. And Ashton Jeanty, their running back, looked the part. He really looked good running the football for the Raiders. And there was a lot of missed tackles out there, missed assignments by the Bears defense. But here's the other side of it, though. The other side of it is that just like last week against Dallas, you saw the Bears opportunistic in the secondary. Tyreek Stevenson with the pick. Kevin Byard was all over the field. He had 2 picks. That was great to see. When you can get multiple takeaways or turnovers in the game, interceptions, that's such a good thing for this Bears defense because it flips the field for Caleb Williams. The other side with the offense was very stagnant today. And that's because Max Crosby and the defense was really, really good against the Chicago Bears, trying to bottle up Caleb Williams so he didn't have a lot of running yards. The run was non-existent, with 69 yards total. DeAndre Swift, 14 carries, good for 38 yards. He did have a touchdown that was very key in the game, but the Bears are still struggling to run the football. But I just thought that it was a far cry from last week where Dallas had no pass rush. There was plenty of pass rush for the Raiders, and Caleb Williams kind of reverted back to year one of Caleb Williams sometimes because of the pressure. There were some USC plays he's trying to draw in the dirt because of the pressure. So there was a little panic there that we didn't see last week. But it just shows you this is what happens when you have a good pass rush, and Max Crosby is a terrific player for the Raiders. So even though the offense had a hard time trying to get out of the box, what was great is that they stuck with it. Rome Odunze was able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Cole Kmet probably had his worst day as a pro, even though he had a couple of really key catches for the Bears as well. Zaccheaus is always there. I'm a big Zaccheaus fan. Just like every time it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, he's just right there at the sticks, first down. You just got to have a player like that. He's not looking to try to score, a whole bunch of touchdowns, but he's just a key cog to the offense. So I like Zaccheaus a lot. DJ Moore helping out as well. And so I just think that with this game against the Raiders, that it was ugly, but they found a way to win. And then special teams coming through, not only did Santos do his job kicking the football, just keeping the Bears in it by putting up 3 points at a time, but also that key block at the end, man. So special teams, the key winning field goal was right there, and the Bears are there to block that ball, and the Bears win 25-24. Man, it is hard to win in this league, especially on the road. So I'm going to get your thoughts. Really happy about the result. But Ben Johnson, who was confronted at halftime by Aditi Kinkhamwala from CBS, and she's like, "Oh, you got to play better." And Ben Johnson had that chin out, just like, "Oh, you think we do, huh?" Yeah. He was pissed at halftime, and so he says we're going to be just fine. They were fine enough to be able to win that ball game against the Raiders. How did they do that? It's individual effort. It wasn't like a unit that just shut down, just defense shut down or offense shut down. They just stuck with it. Thank God for the special teams just putting up 3 points on long field goals, the block at the end, individual playmakers that stood out on offense and defense. That helped the Bears beat the Raiders 25-24. Wish they would play coming up this Sunday, but they got the bye. But there's a lot of things, as coaches say, to clean up. Yeah, I'm sure when they look over that film, there's going to be some ass chewing from the coaches to the players, because this game shouldn't have been 25-24. Too many missed opportunities on both sides of the football, especially the offense. When the defense set the table for the offense couldn't get into the end zone. 3's cool, but 7, that's what you want. And even though the pass rush was excellent from the Raiders, more times than not, the Bears still had an opportunity to get into the end zone. And whether it was drop passes, whether it was just incompletions, bad throws by Caleb, it didn't work. But they got by, so now we'll see what happens as they go into the bye week. But give me your thoughts about the Bears. Bear down. The Bears are 2-2. Sounds better than 1-3. Yeah.